Welcome in. Jesse Schule here from jesseschule.com. It's Friday, January the 19th, and we're looking at the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. We're going to talk every game on the board. We gave out picks for every game on the board last week. Didn't go so well, just 2-4 with those free picks, although we did do quite well with our premium picks at our website last week, and we're doing quite well over the last 30 days, hitting over 60% with our premium picks. And in the final week of the regular season, we did go 9-5 with our free picks on this show. So we're looking at picking up the slack here this week and doing better than we did a week prior. And let's get it started with the first game on the board. We got the Houston Texans catching 9.5 points at Baltimore, total sitting at 43.5. And to be very honest with you, these are two teams that I want to bet against. I don't really want to be on either of these two teams. You got the Texans potentially riding high, a little bit overvalued, coming off that big win over Cleveland. C.J. Stroud, fantastic rookie season, but people are so high on this kid, and I haven't seen enough to really jump on the bandwagon with C.J. Stroud as of yet. And then on the other side, you got Lamar Jackson. He's 1-3 in his career in the playoffs, 3 touchdowns and 5 picks in those games. Jackson, for whatever reason, hasn't gotten it done in the playoffs. But one thing he has done is he's run the ball in the postseason. He's averaged over 90 rushing yards per game in the postseason. He's perhaps not as confident. He might panic a little bit, pick up the ball and start running with it. And while he hasn't had success winning games, he has accumulated plenty of rushing yards in playoff games. So we're going to look at his rushing yards total, over 52.5 rushing yards for Lamar Jackson, -115, and that will be the play on this first game on the board. Moving on, let's look at the Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers, a 9.5-point favorite, total sitting at 50.5. That's a pretty high total for this game, but what are we going to look at here? We're going to look at Jordan Love, coming off of a huge game against the Cowboys. It's kind of like C.J. Stroud. Everybody's, really high on these young quarterbacks that have strung together quite a few decent games in a row, but they don't have that resume going back far enough for me to have that kind of confidence to bet on them on the road in the playoffs. Even coming off of a road win, now they're taking on the 49ers, who many people believe is the best team in football. I'm not going to be back in Jordan Love here, so let's go with Jordan Love to throw an interception, -175. A little bit juicy, but I just think this is a tough spot for Jordan Love and the Packers, so that's what we're going to go with in this game. And moving on, we got the fourth game on the card, this early game on Sunday. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. The Lions -6.5, and the total sitting at 49. This total seems, we're expecting a high score in this game, which could open up opportunities in the player prop market for anytime touchdown scores or over yards. What I'm looking at, though, is I'm looking at Baker Mayfield. A lot of people don't like Baker Mayfield. The media doesn't seem to like Baker Mayfield. They slander him over and over again. I think of a guy like Colin Cowherd, who's repeatedly talked trash about Baker Mayfield. When you match up the stats for Baker Mayfield's career to a guy like Josh Allen or some of the other guys in that sort of caliber of quarterback, he matches up quite well. His playoff record, he's 2-1 in the playoffs, 7 touchdowns, 1 pick. He's averaged 268 yards per game in the postseason, and he's facing a Detroit Lions defense that has given up plenty of yards and plenty of touchdowns via the pass in recent weeks. So I'm going to go Baker Mayfield over 1.5 passing touchdowns in this game in Detroit. That's how we're playing this one. And one more game on the board. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. I mean, both these teams look fantastic after last week's wins. This game could go either way. I'm not going to touch the side for the purpose of this free pick video. I do have a play on the side available at my website, but we're going to talk about Josh Allen. And a lot like Lamar Jackson, when it comes time for the playoffs, this guy can run the ball. And actually, if you just look at the last 7 games that Josh Allen has played, 9 rushing touchdowns. He's averaged double-digit carries in those games. Again, last week, he was running all over the Pittsburgh defense. And Kansas City's defense is tough. The Chiefs aren't going to be easy to pick apart in the passing game. I think Allen's going to need to be creative. He's going to need to run the ball here for Buffalo to have some success. And he's certainly prepared to put his body on the line in a playoff game against the Chiefs and run that ball. So we're going to go over the rushing yards for Josh Allen. It's 42.5. That's a pretty low number if you take a look at what he's been putting up lately. So Josh Allen over 42.5 rushing yards for our final pick for this video. By the way, the banner at the bottom of your screen, for limited time at jesseschule.com, you can get all my NFL premium picks for the rest of the season, which will be this weekend, the following weekend, and then my Super Bowl picks for only $99 at jesseschule.com. If you got $99 in your pocket, you come see me at jesseschule.com. You'll be glad that you did.